Welcome to the Positive Pants Podcast. Mindset, motivation and inspiration to help you find your positive pants. It's time to let go of negative thinking, understand why you do what you do and stop the self-sabotage with your host, Fran Excel.
Welcome to the show. As always, it's Fran Excel, your resident subconscious success mentor, helping you find your very own pair of positive pants so you can get out of your own way and live a life that you love. If you want to stop self-sabotaging your own success and let go of the stress, then you are in the right place, my friend. Make sure you download your free Stressed to Success guided meditation at bit.ly/stress to success as my little gift to you just for being here. Please do subscribe, share and review. It really, really helps people that need to hear this message find us, and I so appreciate it. In the show notes, you'll also find details of how you can work with me and where you can get your mitts on my meditations, products, printables, programs. You can find it through the link in my bio on Instagram, which is my favorite place to hang out. So please do come join me over there at I'm Fran Excel. Tag me in your takeaways, slide into my DMs. I'm here for it. So that's the formalities over, my love. So let's jump to the content. How are you wiring your brain? Digging into another one of my favorite topics today, rewiring your brain and nervous system. It is such an important subject and something I am literally always talking to clients about. I mean, it's exactly what I help them do. So that should come as no shock. One of the things I encourage people to start with is simply to be able to think in the moment, what am I wiring in right now? I even made it one of the wallpapers that we create in my Positive Pants Toolkit membership every month to make it even easier to remember. So every time you open your phone, it's like, what am I wiring in right now? You are constantly reinforcing neural pathways until you do something different. Then you can intentionally, consciously create new ones that serve you better. Your wiring has been created from your own life experiences, from your upbringing, social groups, society, school, culture, what you're watching and reading. It's all helping create how you're uniquely wired. And understanding neuroplasticity is a game changer when you're wanting to change things. Even simply knowing it's possible to wire yourself for the behavior or thought process that you want is enough to give you hope and motivation to actually put the effort in, that fire in your belly, because it is effort, right? It takes time, and you've got to make it easy on yourself, as easy as possible, like phone wallpapers, post-it notes, whatever it might be. You're intentionally trying to go against your brain's way of conserving energy and your nervous system's way of keeping you safe. It doesn't happen overnight. It can happen quickly. Sometimes you'll have an experience that forever changes the way that you look at something. Can you think of a few times that's happened for you? When you totally surprised yourself or did something you didn't think you were capable of and then it stuck? You know? When you've shown yourself evidence to the contrary of what you originally believed to be true, and then for some reason you just can't go back to that way of thinking, you can't unlearn it, right? Neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to adapt through new experiences. You have the power to create new neural networks for the way you want to feel, think, or behave. Isn't that incredible and exciting? It means wherever you're at right now isn't fixed. It's changeable. But it starts with conscious awareness. This is one of the big reasons why I'm talking so much about the Enneagram all the time now, because it's an amazing way to get started with conscious awareness of your own motivations and behaviors. What is actually driving your behaviors, right? Game changer. So, what are you wiring in on a daily basis right now? How do you start and finish your day? How do you look after yourself? Does the thought pop in to do something that's good for you and then you kind of just ignore it and do the thing you know is going to make you feel worse for that instant gratification? It's going to make you feel worse in the long run. Do not blame or shame yourself for this. It's totally natural. And you've also got your own internal protection mechanisms at play along with the brain and nervous system's desire to keep you in the familiar, the rehearsed. It's all about keeping you safe, alive, and using up as little energy as possible in your day-to-day processes. It's keeping you unconscious, essentially. So when you start making conscious choices, that's when everything can change for you. That looks like meeting your own needs. Is your body crying out for rest? How can you give it that? Does your body need healthy food? How can you give it that? Do you need human connection today? How can you get that? How else can you look after yourself like you would look after someone else? It also looks like knowing the difference between your body's actual needs and your ego's. Your ego will tell you you need the junk food or to not exercise today, or you just need to binge watch a couple of episodes of your favorite Netflix show and then you'll be right back to what you needed to do. Yeah? When you're assuming the worst about someone's intentions, what are you wiring in? When you're seeking the negative in a situation, what are you wiring in? You have to learn to tune into yourself. Most of us have shut down that part of us since we were kids because it was inconvenient. Yeah. So guess what helps you get back in touch with yourself? Yep. Consciousness and patience. Add some curiosity to the mix and you really are onto a winner. If you're going through a hard time, quite often your ego is going to try and pull you deeper and deeper into that pesky pit of despair. It's wonderful like that. That's what you're wiring in until you shift it up. How many times has it been that you do something different that day where you're like, enough of this, and you go for a walk or you go to the gym or whatever, and that's the thing that gets you out of a slump? It's really, really easy to start to use our tried and true numbing techniques. That might be the Netflix binges, doom scrolling, online shopping, substances, food. That's a big one for me. Whatever it looks like to you, it's really easy to slip into. So don't kick yourself for it. Congratulations on being a human. With any of these behaviors, the relief is really short-lived and very, very swiftly followed by a fudge ton of shame that makes you feel even worse. And then that's what you're wiring in. I know how hard it can be to do what's good for you when you're feeling bad. So come back to this question. What am I wiring in right now? Yeah, what neural pathway am I cementing as my path of least resistance? The answer is likely to be shame, self-loathing, guilt, feelings of not being good enough. Whereas, if you do even a small bit of what you know is good for you, like going for a walk, even when you really don't want to, or making a healthy dinner instead of a takeaway, exercise even if it's just 10 minutes, like going against our ego's instincts and doing what we know is good for us, what are you wiring in then? You're wiring in self-love, self-trust, worthiness, knowing you are good enough, feelings of deserving, and likely you'll feel better too. Winner. So a few of my favorite ways out of what I simply like to call human moments are all the things you hear me talk about all the time. Journaling, meditation, walking, movement, exercise, EFT, tapping. I do that all the time. Going outside and putting my bare feet on the floor, mindfulness, gratitude, speaking to friends. It might be yoga or stretching, dancing, singing, all of these things that you know at your core feel really good to you, but you kind of ignore them because they've been commandeered by the wishy-washy. Yeah. And more recently, I've discovered a big love for paddleboarding. I find water very, very regulating. I know that about myself. So I always know that going for a swim or getting out on the river or just being near water is really going to shift up my mood. Going down to the sea. Yeah. Figure out what that thing is for you. Because all of these are great for me. They might not be the right thing for you. This is one of the things that comes through in the Enneagram profiling calls that I'm doing at the moment, the Enneagram Essentials. It's like, it's not a one size fits all. There's some things that you're going to love and your personality is going to love, and there's some that just aren't going to work for you. So you really have to tune in and find out those things that make you feel good. What are they? It's all working with your brain and nervous system. It's wiring you for safety. It's wiring you for the positive. It's wiring you to take care of yourself, and it's wiring you for self-worth. So as you go about your day-to-day, just ask yourself, what am I wiring in right now? So if you got value from this and you know in your gut that now is the time to step up and start rewiring your thinking and start changing things for yourself, then join the Positive Pants Toolkit app and community so you can work out what needs to happen to get you from where you're at right now to the action-taking success you know you can be. And if you want my eyes and ears on your problems, then I work with people one-on-one and through my programs. You can find all the details to join the toolkit or book in a call in the show notes, the link in my bio on Instagram, and on my website, franexcel.com. So stop waiting for if and when and choose to change things now, because you can. I'm here to believe in you when you don't believe in yourself, and